Oh my gosh, guys, it's crazy out there. There's a war zone outside in the world right now. I can't believe I got home alive. There's some very valuable items at Target right now, and people are going crazy for them. I was in a police chase. Well, I got the bags right here, so maybe I should show you what's in them. Okay, one second. Maybe there's something else. Hold on. One more second, please. What the heck? It's about time. On February 13th, it was announced that JAKKS Pacific has acquired the Sonic the Hedgehog license to become the new master toy partner for all things Sonic. Along with the press release, there was a photo of 4 Sonic the Hedgehog figures: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow. It was evident that these were bendy figures, and it was further solidified at the New York Toy Fair. These were by far the most anticipated pieces of merchandise from JAKKS Pacific, as it is the beginning of their brand new toy line. We're coming off the heels of a very short-lived Sonic toy line by Tomy, a toy line that produced a very lackluster group of characters. I mentioned this before, but all they produced was Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Metal Sonic, Infinite, Zavik, and a couple chows. Yeah, when you start your modern Sonic toy line with only 2 years left on your contract, you're not going to produce a lot of action figures. But here comes JAKKS Pacific. The first sighting of the Sonic JAKKS Pacific figures was on July 27th on Saturday. More started popping up since then, and I officially got my hands on the figures themselves on Tuesday. JAKKS Pacific didn't really give a specific date on when they would come out. In fact, they were saying fall. And last time I checked, it isn't fall, but out of nowhere, they just started popping up. So I checked my Target every day since Saturday, and I finally got my hands on it. So after roughly a full tank of gas was spent on going to Targets, what do I think of the figures? Well, let's go ahead and dive into the very first review of the first wave of JAKKS Pacific Sonic figures. Let's go. As previously mentioned, Wave 1 includes Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow. All of the figures are displayed beautifully inside of their bubble-carded packaging. Figures are adjusted perfectly to the size of their bubble, not being too big or too small in the bubble. They pop out much more due to their larger size. Each character has their own spinnable disc, which is given its own cutout to identify which character it is, and also to let you know what is included. I think the spinnable discs are just such an awesome addition. At the top left, you have a brand new 3D render of Sonic, which I really love. I'm so glad that this is the render that they're using for the packaging. A sign letting you know that these figures are for 3 and up, and also letting you know that the figure itself is bendable and flexible. The Sonic the Hedgehog logo displayed right underneath the figure, the character specific name, obviously every character in the line will have these, and then a couple warning signs at the bottom with the JAKKS Pacific logo at the bottom right corner. The sides of the box aren't nothing crazy, they just show the sides of the characters if you're interested in seeing them in the store. Now the back is great. At the top right you have the Sonic the Hedgehog logo, and then on the top left you have the character specific name, another indication that these are bendable figures. The middle of the box shows off the action figure and the spinnable disc that's included, and then showing off the other characters that are available in the wave. I love these boxes. Everything pops out, and it especially helps that the color scheme is blue with white highlights. It's almost like a spotlight's being shined on the figures themselves. Compared to boxes from Tomy and Jazzwares, yeah, this wins by miles ahead. I mean, compare the back of the boxes. Yeah, there's no competition here. And don't get me started on the later Tomy packaging, that was horrendous. But enough about the boxes, let's go ahead and look at the figures themselves. I won't be keeping these in box, so I'm frankly just ripping these open. These things are sealed very tight, and JAKKS Pacific did a great job at packing these. You slip Sonic out of his bubble, and there it is. We have it, guys. We have our JAKKS Pacific Sonic figure. It's so crazy to have the 5th Sonic mainline action figure from a master toy partner. This is kind of a surreal feeling. He comes with a Knuckles spinnable disc, which is a really great addition. And for $10, this is such a steal. The controversy around these figures, if you can call it that, is the fact that these are bendy figures. They have movable joints with wires inside of them, and I honestly think that this was a smart decision on JAKKS Pacific's part. They look so game accurate, the sculpts on these are fantastic. I think it's safe to say that out of the main line Sonic figures from Master Toy Partners, this is by far the most accurate Sonic figure to date. The head sculpt is perfect, it looks just like Sonic. The limbs look great since it's a bendy figure, you don't have any weird joints anywhere. The shoes are perfect, they look just like Sonic shoes. It is pretty much perfect. The only flaw I have with this figure is that his eye paint bleeds into his muzzle just a little bit, but it's so minor and barely is notable. This is just overall such a great figure, and the inclusion of the spittable disc of Knuckles is amazing and just adds on to the fact that you should buy this figure. Up next we have Shadow. This is a very exciting one for me as we didn't get one from Tomy. It's been a while since we've had a Shadow action figure, so let's go ahead and pop this guy open. Shadow looks fantastic. He's included with the Sonic disc. Once again, he's a bendy figure. They're all made of the same material essentially, so there's not too much different with him compared to Sonic, aside from being a completely different character. You can put him in some pretty cool poses, and it seems that his hand was opened to look like this piece of art, which I think is so cool. His sculpt is fantastic, looking just like Shadow. From the shoes to the head, everything is perfect here. JAKKS Pacific really nailed it with the sculpts, and I think the figures being bendy really contributes towards that. All around, Shadow looks pretty great. His eyes are perfect and where they should be. All the details are there for Shadow. The only problem I really have is his neck. The neck protrudes just a little bit. And the Sonic spinnable disc is a really nice addition too. Shadow is super solid. I wouldn't say he's as perfect as Sonic, but he's definitely very high quality. If you're a Shadow fan, definitely pick this guy up, and if you're a collector, definitely pick this guy up. Honestly, this might be the best Shadow figure. We haven't got a lot of Shadow figures in history if you think about it. We got a handful from Jazzwares, we got a Tomy Boom Shadow. Yeah, I think that JAKKS Pacific has made the best Shadow figure to date. Congratulations guys! Want to send me more toys? Unlike Sonic, he doesn't chuckle. Such an original joke, right? We got Knuckles. And throughout the Sonic toy line history, Knuckles usually gets the best end of the stick. It might be strange that Knuckles usually gets the most accurate portrayal out of any character. I don't know, but it just happens. And sure enough, the JAKKS Pacific Knuckles is fantastic. He's included with the Tails disc, and I'm just gonna get my one complaint out of the way first. His neck also protrudes just a tad. I only bring this up with Knuckles and Shadow because Sonic and Tails' necks are relatively hidden. But all around, he still looks fantastic, and necks never kill a toy for me. They're perfectly fine and I can live with them. Knuckles, like everybody else, has an amazing sculpt. He's depicted with a smirk and is looking off to the side just a little bit. His tail is perfect, his Lego shoes are great, the paint on the figure is fantastic, he looks like a real Jamaican boy. Knuckles is superb. I love the figure. Outside of the slightly large neck, which isn't the biggest issue in the world, he looks and feels fantastic. The tail spinnable disc is an amazing addition as well, and it's really just a cool figure to own. Last but not least, we have Sonic's right-hand man, Tails. Unlike Knuckles, Tails has had the rockiest road when it comes to action figures. Toy Island severely messed him up, Jazzwares had some inconsistencies with his tails and scaling, Tomy made him look strange and also the worst figure in the line. The little guy just can't catch a break, but thankfully, JAKKS Pacific has solved the issue. This man is a stud. He looks fantastic. I'm gonna cut straight to the point, this is by far the best Tails figure. The only other figure giving this competition is Superposer Tails from Jazzwares, but I think this looks even better because his eyes are great. His tails are perfectly painted and sculpted, and trust me, Tails are easy to mess up when it comes to Tails. Tails comes with an Amy spinnable disc, which is really great, but there really should be more female representation in this line. This is the only female character in any piece of merchandise. Maybe there are obvious flaws with this guy that I'm just not seeing and any other figure collector could point them out, but I simply don't see them. This guy is perfect to me. The neck doesn't protrude like Knuckles and Shadow. He looks amazing. I'm so glad that somebody finally got a Tails figure in a main line perfect. Definitely pick this guy up. He's really good. Well, there you have it. The first wave of the JAKKS Pacific Sonic line. My expectations were completely and utterly surpassed. These figures are fantastic. everything from the molding to the paint jobs. It's great. A lot of fans and collectors will probably complain about scaling, as they believe that characters should be taller or shorter than others when it comes to action figures, which is cool and all, but these are made for kids. And for kids' toys, these are just the best. They're easy to play with, they're not going to be very hard to break, even though they're bendy and the wires will break at some point. These will last you a good while, and for $10, it's an easy replacement. Yes, $10 for some of the best Sonic figures and the spinnable disc. Oh yeah, the spinnable discs. These are an amazing addition. I'm so glad that they added these. They could have easily sold these figures for $10 a pop, but JAKKS Pacific is just, the best and decided to add an extra goodie in there, which is so cool, and these could have been sold on their own, to be honest. Maybe in blind bags, that would have been a good idea, but I love that they're included here. Less money for me to spend. In conclusion, the JAKKS Pacific Sonic the Hedgehog Bendable Figures Wave 1 is a clear sign of a very bright future ahead for the new master toy partner of Sonic the Hedgehog. These figures are amazingly sculpted, painted, and look just like your favorite Sonic the Hedgehog characters. Whatever you guys do, don't pass these guys up. Some people are unwilling to accept new things and can get stuck in nostalgia, yearning for the days of Jazzwares and maybe even Toy Island. But we have something really good here, and I think we all should experience it together.
Get out! Stop it! You're not getting my toys! Sorry guys, I'm still fending off all these absurd individuals who think that they have the right to come in here and try to take my Sonic toys. These are my Sonic toys, not anybody else's. Didn't know they were so desirable. Pretty cool, I guess. But anyways, they're really cool. I really did enjoy the JAKKS Pacific Sonic figures. They're available right now at your local Target for $9.99 each. He's back in the toy aisle. He's now out of that disgusting place where they put all of the retro stuff. We're back, baby. Let me know what you guys thought of the JAKKS Pacific Sonic figures. I'd love to know and have a conversation with you in the comments section below. Anyways, guys, I'm currently wanted by the FBI for starting riots at multiple Targets. Don't understand what that means. But anyways, there's only one thing to do when you're wanted by the FBI. Pack up all your furniture and move to New Zealand. That's what I'm doing right now. See you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.